Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's CKA lab. This is it. For CK, it's actually pretty easy lab, but at the same time, it's not super easy because it has to do with PVs, and the documentation on Kubernetes.org website is not great for PV, as I mentioned in different other videos. So that makes it a little bit hard to do, but here we are. So the requirements today is to create a host path persistence volume, certain name, certain storage class, access mode, size, and whatnot. To do this, first thing we got to do is make sure on my local host I have this directory created, because that's what it's going to mount on the pods and whatnot. All right, so that is created. Now, first thing next thing we're going to do, we're going to go to our Kubernetes website, search for PV. What you will see, as I've shown in other videos, that they get into real deep, real fast. They don't give you a simple example. The simplest one you have really is the one that has NFS in it. So I'm going to try and find that persistent volume. Yeah, this one. So I'll grab that as my starting point. So let's do that. First of all, I already have a file, so let's just do a.yaml. So this is my starting point, and so name we know as going to be pv-ioa storage. I don't have that much. Well, maybe I do. It's asking for 1 gigabyte. All right, so let's just do one. This read write many, so we will use that. Recycle is good because that means when I don't use it, it will get rid of the data. Storage class name should be manual. Okay, manual is fine. It's not great for production, but for CKA lab, that's great. These things are all special things for NFS. I don't care about that. So I'm going to get rid of it. And what we do need to add is the host path. So how do we find what to add there? Again, for the 100th time, you have to use kubectl explain for this thing. That will make your life during the exam much easier. So we will do kubectl alias is k. Alias k equals kubectl. Okay, all right, so I have that. Now, what I want to do is k explain pv.spec. Spec is almost always the top level thing. In here, you should see something like hostPath. There it is, hostPath. And hostPath. So now we have that. So we will add that in here in my file. Oh, I really need the third window anyway. So hostPath. So let's edit the file. We know it's going to be hostPath. And it is an object. And in here, what do we need to give it? Hostpath, blah 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 blah. Oh, to get that, we will do pv.spec.hostpath. Again, kubectl explain is your friend, your best friend in the exam. I need to give it a path, which is already given the requirement, and type. I'm not sure that type is required. So what we will do, we will add the path. All right. Always two spaces for attributes of an object. So we got two spaces and we say path. And it is a string, and we know it's said to do opt pv foo, which is the path that we already created on the host, which happens to be my Mac right now. Okay, so that's the path. In the other requirements, size, we already added that. So I think that might do it. All right, so let's give it a shot, see what happens. So first of all, let's show you that I'm connected. If I do kubectx, I am connected to my Minikube. You know that because Minikube is highlighted over here. That's my current context. And if I do k get nodes, you will see that Minikube is ready. All right. So now if I do apply -fa.yaml, does it work? That's the question. Worked. So now if I first of all describe pv, that's the kind, pv iy is the name. Yeah, if I can't type obviously. Just describe pv iy. So I have all that. The key thing to see is status available. All right. If there was any problem mounting what I needed to mount, status will not be available, it will be something else. All right. So that should do the trick. Let's see. We have the size, we have the mode, we have the storage class, we have the name, and we have the storage path. All right, that does the trick. All right. So this will be a series of 3 labs. First one is persistent volume, which we just finished. Next one we're going to do a persistent volume claim to claim that persistent volume. The third one we're going to mount that volume into a container in a pod. So this is the lab for the CKA persistent volume. And I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like and subscribe. That really helps me with YouTube's algorithm. And I'll see you in the next CKA lab.